There it goes. It's been a while since I last broadcasted, but if you're watching the video now and I've already broadcasted this, you can always fast forward through this, and you can also check my other videos out. I'm just working on chibi mercy sculpt right now. So I'm making the hats, trying to add a little waviness to it. I'm gonna have to elongate part of the hats here in a bit, add the little band around her hat. But right now I'm just trying to get the general form here going. Extract some of the form right here. Like not extract the form, extract like part of the outfit. Let's see. I'll maybe work on the shoes a little bit. I'll be on this for like move the fingers over, adjust it. I just before I started broadcasting this, this is pretty much how far I got. Right now, the cool thing about the face is that I can adjust the subdivisions. I can lower the resolution a bit to tweak any major things. Like I don't like kind of like this indent here, maybe I think. So I might fill that out a bit right here. Get a little more gradual, and then go back up the subdivisions. That looks better. I'll maybe have different heads for this as well, which that's pretty easy for me to do. But if you're gonna stop by the broadcast, I will answer any questions. I'll try to talk to you guys. I want to make sure this is enjoyable. Is this the same stuff? Was this some? Oh, it's the same subdivision. Ooh, okay. Then I better mask that and switch. What was the hair right there? Hold on, I need to check something. Oh, whoops. Okay, let me do that again. I accidentally did something right there. Kind of filling that in a bit right there. There it goes. Now go back. That's much smoother. Alright. Go here. Mask, switch mask. And then I'm going to smooth this out a bit. I'm going to go to BCB, the shortcut tool. Also, I forgot I closed my tabs by accident. I had a... Hold on, I need to open my... I had tabs to show the Witch Mercy, the outfit. When I was making this, I closed it. I forgot I should have left it open. Here it is. I found it again. Hopefully that won't disrupt my broadcast. I want to make sure it hasn't dropped any frames. Let me check the encoder real quick. I have it connected to the Ethernet cable. Alright. I don't expect. I'm recording pretty late. Well, where I'm at, it's pretty late. There it goes. Where? Here it is. I have reference images of the Witch Mercy right now. I think I'll make the belt buckle real quick. Let's see. I want to close some tabs real quick. Close that. Okay, there goes. I closed some tabs real quick to free some memory for my computer, which wasn't much. If anything, if I just closed all of my broadcasting, it'd be a lot better. Let me close this here. So I'm just closing some stuff real quick. Oh, that's better. Okay, got about a gigabyte of memory back. Okay, so the hair though, I want to really emphasize this little like hair wave here, so I'll reduce this a bit right here. I want to make this more wavy right here. like the clay buildup brush. It's a lot similar to how I'd probably, in traditional sculpting, probably add clay and then use not a spatula tool, but I want to say a sharp tool. Oh shoot. That's another thing too. This right here, I don't need this to be mirror, so I'm going to just turn that off and just kind of hide that. There it goes. I'm going to have to close that in though. I'm going to have to switch to this right here. Alright, isolate. I'm going to go to my move brush right here and kind of hide that a bit. There it goes. Maybe even bring this up a bit, maybe even bring it forward. Switch between that and tweak some stuff right there. There it goes. Maybe even fine, maybe oh shoot, I forgot. There you go, just trying to smooth it out, make it look a little nicer. There it goes. Alright, remember, this is before, you can always fast forward. This will be a required broadcast. It's been a while, I kind of want to do these again. But I find it just easier to just kind of, I want to say easier, just, I might have to go back to local recording and then just speed it up, make a time lapse, like I did like last couple times. Oh, that wasn't recorded broadcast, that wasn't loaded, that wasn't broadcasted locally, which then it was saved to my computer and then I uploaded. But I use ZBrush's recording capabilities to do like the last couple of videos for ZBrush. Okay, so the faces, the expressions, things like that, I'm not too sure, but as long as I have the general eyes and eyebrows, I'm fine, because all I have to do is just add a mouth. But the hat though, I would say I would like to add the belt part now. So what I like to use is this one right here. Yeah, the curve strap tool. So if I go here and I click along here, it'll start. Now, however, since I opened up ZBrush, settings weren't completely saved. They're set to their default settings. So meaning if I go here, they don't have lock start and lock that. So I like the starting one to be locked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here. I'm going to try going along the kind of the curvature of the hat. And I'll go, it's fine. I'm not trying to go for like making it exactly perfect. Right there, I'm gonna increase that a bit more, better. I kind of like how the hat is, the shape it has. I can always sharpen it if I like to. I use the flatten brush, increase the subdivisions. What I'm not liking right now is kind of the angle of this hat. Like maybe I should pull it out a bit from right here. But if you look above, it is circular though. But sometimes it doesn't matter. It's like sometimes it's just the looks, not what makes sense. I wanna go here. I wanna make sure I move this a bit here. I can always smooth out the strap here. I just need a. Oh, whoa. I'm not gonna grab the. There it goes. Close enough. I'm not trying to go for like super perfection. Oh, I want it to look nice, but it doesn't have to be like. Whoops-a-daisy. Trying to flatten that a bit. Hold on. That's fine. I can always sculpt and inflate and deflate the size of that. That's good for right now. I just want to get something going, so I'm not static. That's another thing when you're sculpting or whatever, either traditionally or with digitally, is that you gotta like get the form there, move on, and you can always tweak it later. You always switch it, replace it, or whatever. Digital's a little easier though. I like traditional though. It's just I don't know. Like it's nice that you do digital. It doesn't take space. Only space on your computer. And if I wanted printed, I could have it printed any size I'd like. So it's convenient. But I can't admit I do like traditional though. It's nice. You're not held back by your resolution, just by scale. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that belt buckle there. Let me just see how it looks. Not a belt buckle, it's a buckle for her hat. I think I'm going to take a square primitive. So going to BIT. I'm going to go to insert a cube. Basically, this is like adding chunks of clay, is the way I see it. I'm going to use a Q cube. That's funny. The thing about this, I'm going to make sure I put it here in the center. Yeah. The thing about this is that the geometry is very simplistic, so meaning that I can easily add a little opening to this box right here. I'm gonna inset. So going to BZM, I'm gonna go ahead, which is Z Modeler, which is basically like computer or just modeling, I guess. Digital modeling. Basically, I'm able to just do stuff. I want to inset a edge loop complete. Is that right? No, that's not right. Okay. So when I do that, I need to make sure I want to do center only, and I want to inset the region. Correct. Oh, that's not it. Oh boy. Let's do center and border then. No. I want to do this. I'm going to click there. I'm going to do not a single poly. I'm going to do the flat, but not flat border. The island? Is that what it was? Gosh dang it all. Let's do polygroup island. Okay, that's the right idea. That's that region. Okay, that's it. Time to polygroup this nonsense. There it goes. Now, let me inset it. Let's do polygroup. There it goes. So then I could bring that in, and you know I can always increase the resolution, dividing it. But I'm gonna pull this buckle back in. But before I do that, let me just confirm if that's what I want it to be. Hold on. It's kind of a it's kind of like a kind of narrow. So I'm gonna turn off symmetry here real quick. I'm gonna just center that and then narrow it. There it goes. That's better. I kind of like that narrow right there. Also, oh shoot, I'm gonna just kind of pull this back a bit. Kind of like that. Oh, the issue now is kind of clipping underneath. I might have to shrink it down a bit and pull that down. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna have to probably add an edge loop here. I'm probably gonna maybe make this a separate subdivision, and then I'll probably merge that together, and then I would. You'll see. It'll be fine. I'll have to turn that. I'll just have to keep it this way so I can easily add the line there, so I can do stuff. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm tempted to go ahead and maybe add other loops here, so I can go ahead and add those little lightning bolts along her hat here, or I could just sculpt those in. I'm kind of tempted to sculpt those in. I would find it probably a little easier. I'll probably use the snake hook brush. I was worried my mic wasn't working there for a moment. Okay, it is. Okay. I just put my audio settings in real quick. I think it's good now. I could go back to my Z modeler here, and I'm going to inset this group right here. Now I'll go to my. Actually, I want to make that a little tinier, like that. There it goes. Okay. Then right here, I'm going to go to Q mesh. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, the box is fine. I just wanted to check that. Okay. I'm gonna just inset this a little bit. Like I'm gonna use a Q mesh, which is gonna not inset, but like extrude back. Oops, that I did a single poly. Gosh dang it all. And, let me. Oh my gosh, I've color coding it. I wanted to do a space bar. I want to do Q mesh polygroup all. Right there. I want to. Oh my gosh. Drag that back to kind of that point right there. I think. That again. There it goes. That's better. Kind of making that belt shape right there. That little, not belt shape, the little thingamajig. I think this is too narrow for my purpose. Like I think this would have to be thicker. This right here, which I can always, fix. Let me see. Yeah, for the time being, I think that would be fine. It gets my point across. Like I like to have this go up to right here, even. I'll do a little bit here, and I'll probably finish up on my own time. I might maybe post the remainder of this like as a time lapse later on. Now right here, I have this subtool here. If I go to solo, this is basically going to be like the clothing right here. I'm probably going to make this separate. This part here separate. Maybe the lower. Nah, not the lower part. I should. We'll see. I'm thinking about if I was to print this, how would I, split the subtools and everything. Sometimes it's a little easier if you can actually get this ahead of time, so that you can have the models, so the parts of the model can cut itself, not cut itself, but like trim itself so it can print properly, or print like at its best. So back to here. So I was using a previous model. No, I'm not using a previous model. I'm saying that as reference, I am looking at a model like a chibi character of Mercy. Basically kind of like what they were trying to do, like similar kind of style. So these right here are going to be the little arm pads things. I think I'm going to make the little details, which I'm going to make into a insert brush, which will insert it, which is basically like making a mold of something so you can have copies of it. She has these little leg things, these little leg hook things. So what I'm talking about is I'm going to make the little designs in a separate subtool, which then I will go ahead and insert along the sides here. She has these little leg clippings on the side here. Let me check the arm though as well. On the arm, they're just basic kind of squares. That's pretty easy to add. I could insert cube or something. And she has the little drape arm things. They have like a little cloth arm thing here. So yeah. So let me see. I'm gonna smooth this out right here real quick. The hands are a separate subtool, just because. I'll probably combine them later. I probably am gonna separate the arms. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate this as a separate subtool here. As you can see, is if you check here, I have like the rib cage part. So basically, I am blocking it out and everything in terms of body features, just because it's easier to tweak the feature later as opposed to like having them combined. It's very easy to change the body type of a character that way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to here. I'm gonna split the hidden. Oh wait, if I split the hidden, actually let me do this. What I want to do is I want to go back to the point of where before I subdivide it like this, I want to have a lower resolution here before I divided it, just because when I do a split, I don't want it saved as a high resolution. I want to make sure it's where was it? Split. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to split hidden, which I'm going to split that right there. And then I'll go back to the arms here, and I will go ahead and increase the resolution a bit. So divide right there. Go to here. I'm going to divide this. In this case, though, I think I'm fine with how the torso looks. So I think I'll go ahead and probably combine that, so I can start with the clothing, the clothing design, which I would probably maybe either extract it from the model or what is it? Or I'll just mask and then inflate it, which will give me that illusion of clothing on there, which was already attached to the model, so no need to dynamesh later. Now these are separate pieces right now. As you can see, they are like parts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to combine the two of them. Let me actually go to this here real quick. I want to make sure I get this like smooth right now, like so that when it dynameshes, it won't keep any of that, like I'll call them artifacts, unwanted geometry that it will like try to save or add more resolution to, even though I don't want it. Right there. I'm thinking about printing this at like 8 inches tall. Usually the chibi figures are like, I think like 5 inches tall or something. I think I want to go like 8 inches tall. That's like a pretty large figure. Oh, that is really large for a chibi character actually. 6 inches I think is like really pushing it though, like for like a small little character. 8 inches like trying to go for like a full figure, like normal character. 8 inches or even 10 or whatever. Oh, I'm gonna have to make the wings also. I'm not too concerned about that. I remember when I was trying to make Witch Mercy in the beginning on as a digital sculpt, that I want to say it's overwhelming. It was just that I'm not as fluent as I am now in ZBrush. I want to say fluent. I'm not like amazing at it. It's just there's still stuff I need to like learn or pick up. So I'm just checking around the model here real quick just to make sure. Dynamesh is here on the side here. Let me see if I can. What if I do free subdivision? Oh no. Let me do 64 is the resolution. No, I'm gonna have to go to 80. Not bad. Actually, I don't like that just because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete lower and I'm gonna go to 80. I'm gonna try that again. Nah, I want a little sharp. Let's go to 100 for resolution. That's better. Actually, what I like to do is I like to do this. I like to save. I like to duplicate it, and make a duplicate of it. So I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to go back to the original, make it go back. I'm going to hide it and make sure this stays visible, just to save it as kind of like a. So then I'm going to smooth it out real quick here. Now it's one model now. Even see now it's like hollow. It's because that means it's been combined. So I'm going to smooth it out here real quick. Right there. Okay. Now what I can do is I can add like a extraction to it or something. So like because her outfits. Oh, I have to make the book as well. So it looks like I will have to maybe make a couple of extractions here. Just so that, let me see, I want to mask this right here. Mask that there. Just trying to run this model right here to see the extraction should be made. I want them like individual piece of like clothing so I can like tweak it if I need to. So I'm just going to try to make each extraction as necessary. Or that I could always just go, I could always carve it in, but it's not the same. I guess that wouldn't be that difficult if I just add the whole thing of clothing on. I'm thinking about it. Wait a minute. Come to think about it. My gosh, where is my... Oh, no, it's fine. And it's super late. Like, usually the people that come and watch my broadcast is usually like if I started broadcasting like maybe 5 hours ago or something. I'm trying to see if I kind of want it that way. Like, that's one piece of clothing right here. Now what I can do is I could be a little sneaky with like the clothing here, where I can make it like part of the. Usually what I might do is I might just put like clothing over the body, or what I can do is I could use the body here to give the illusion of clothing as long as it's not connecting to a area where there's surface being skin being exposed. So I'm just trying to see if let me do a solo real quick here. I need to make sure I mask this properly. Actually, I'm gonna remove some of that. I'm gonna smooth that right there real quick. There it goes. Then I'll mask it. Like that. Sorry, I just need to double check something. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring this in right here, like that. There it goes. That looks fine right there. Okay, so what I do now is I go to geometry. I'm gonna go to not geometry, it's subtool. There's an extraction feature. It's making a separate subtool. Or if I go to here and I click extract, that is way too much. So I'm gonna go to 0.005 for the thickness. That's better. I'm just gonna accept that right there real quick. Now the thing is that sometimes the extraction mix has too much resolution. So what I like to do is I like to lower that by going to actually what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna delete that. Actually, I don't really want that. I'm gonna go back to here. I want to make it let's make it 2.5. Let's go half the thickness because I can always inflate it and then re-dynamesh it. Not dynamesh it. Z-remesh it. That's really thin, but with inflating, we'll make sure I have the model. I'm gonna accept that. I'm gonna inflate that real quick. Oh shoot. Let's go to deformation. Let's inflate that by like 5. Let's add another 5, inflating it. Now I could always, trim that off, whatever, but I just want to make sure it's inflated by 5 again. That's a little better. I can always smooth the edge out and deflate it again, whatever. I'm gonna go to geometry now. And this is what I like to do. I like to go to zero mesh. I want to keep the groups right now. Do I want to smooth the group? Sure. I'm going to go half the geometry. I'm going to try to go for a lower resolution, like a little better. Let's go zero mesher. Let's do a half again. Go half again. Did that work? Okay, that's a little smoother. That's a little better. I can always tweak certain things, as I said before about the model. I can always inflate this so it's not so sharp back there. Now I'll add the other piece of clothing, so I'll go back to here. I'm going to go ahead and add this part right here. I'm trying to turn this around and see the back part of it. Kind of like that, which looks decent. Now let me just go ahead and go to Let me turn solo on so I can see I got everything here real quick. Now, I'm not too sure if this overlap. I don't really care too much if this overlaps. I might inflate certain parts. I might add a bit more to the back part. So I'm just gonna extract this right here. I'm gonna accept it. I want to go ahead and, this may look a little like wobbly line, as I said before. I'll go do the zero measure real quick. Geometry, I'm going to keep the groups, we'll smooth it. Let's go to half again, so kind of same process here. It will slowly start refining itself, kind of. I might have to do some tweaks here, BMV. I might have to like put some tweaks here. There it goes, that's better. I'll go to maybe this subtool here, and then yeah, so let's see, I might work on the shoes a little bit. I might replace this belt thing here soon, but let me just work on the dress a little more. I'm going to go ahead and turn symmetry on here, and if anyone has any questions, I can go ahead and answer them, unless they're no longer here. BMB here. I'm gonna lower this a bit right here. I'm gonna pull this up and over right here. What interesting. There it goes. Actually, I need to refresh my broadcast. It's, for some reason, it's showing me an error. Not refresh my broadcast, but there it goes. Now it's back. There it goes. Alright, so it's looking good so far. I'm going to go to this here. I'm going to go ahead and inflate this by about maybe 5 or 10, as long as it doesn't go too much that it interferes with that. I might have to maybe sharpen this back part right here. So let me go to this subtool right here real quick. This is way too much right here. This should not be clipping this here. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go to solo here. I'm going to see what happens if I take that away right there. Yeah, right about there, and see if I can go ahead and see if I can delete the geometry right there. Subtool. I'm gonna not split hidden. I'm gonna delete. So I have to be in geometry to modify topology. Delete hidden, close holes. Yeah, okay, that's a little better. Because so yeah, so that's the reason why I do that is because I don't want to have issues with combining any parts of the model later. Just trying to. When I was doing that, I could probably add the collar to her dress when I did that extraction, but that's fine. I'll add it later. This kind of reminds me of the collar, and I just thought about her just now. That's fine. I'll add it later. Just trying to remove that real quick. There it goes. I kind of want an expression on this character, this figure right now. I don't know. I could do it just a general, like, little. Oops. But it has to be more expressionful, like, hey. like the tongue and they have like the teeth. That's just an example here, or they could be angry. I don't know. But it's not very hard to add an expression. It just kind of feels a little. Would the term be lackluster? I don't know. It's lacking a. Let me inflate this real quick. Deformation. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think. Oh, it's supposed to stay on deformation. There it goes. Let's inflate real quick. Let's go to 5. That's fine. I might combine these two later, but I might want to keep these separate. Thing is, when I don't know, I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna do this. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go to this here. Are these separate subtools? They are. Okay. What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna move this here like this. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go to here. Shrink it down. Let's go to this here and then pull it up like that. And I go to the move BMV and I can always pull this like this here. So I add that other part, the second part of the dress right here. And let me just check the reference again here. I have a reference here. I don't know, certain details look like I can just kind of like sculpt them on. Like this part of the dress here could probably have been sculpted onto the other dress, but I didn't want to have to deal with geometry issue, like resolution issues. Not resolution, like the tool interfering with other geometry, which is going to be a problem later. So I'm keeping these separate subtools for right now. Because what I would like to do is be able to have this part right here, like these pieces maybe be printed separately so there's not so much overhang. But tell you the truth, I might just keep it at the same model. Like I might have it printed all at once right here, just because if it's thick enough right here, I can just patch up the bottom later. Sometimes when you print, the support material leaves a very undesirable surface texture. So if I have it print down here, everything else will look fine, and I don't have to worry about connecting anything later. So I'll make these reasonably thick, not too thick though. But yeah, let's see, what else do I have to do? I'm just checking my reference here real quick. I'll probably do the same thing for the back right here. I'm gonna, if it'll let me click on it. Let me see here. There it goes. Move here, insert there. Move this right here. Shrink this down. Show my reference here real quick. I'll probably shrink it down a little bit more right here like this, and then move that right there. Kind of like that. So there it goes. Looking pretty good so far. The shoes will need the heels. What is going on with these? Why do these look so funny? Oh, that's why. I separated them, and I've been meaning to fix the topology on them, like fix the. If you look at these look terrible, like all stretched out and everything. So nice thing about ZBrush, and look, I don't like that right there. It's gonna be a real issue later on. So I'm gonna go to here, and I'm gonna zero mesh it. I will try to maybe keep the same. See how that looks. See, that's better. The heels are a little misplaced though, like probably move that over a bit more, and maybe even move this in. A little better right there. Even this is a little off because the high point should be about the center. I'm not even like turn these out. These are a little pointed inward, so if I go to here and I click there, I can rotate these a bit out this way. That's better. This is the broom right here. I was just kind of seeing what size I should make it and compare it to the character here. I'll add details and stuff to it later, but yeah. Let's see what else. So shoes look better. Like I just worked on a little bit, and they look a lot. Oh well, that could be a little better right there. And that's fine. I could always sculpt the detail and re-topologize it again. Ear, hair, head's looking pretty good so far. The hat I'd like to maybe have a little better. Oh yeah, I was gonna make the parts of the outfit. So what I mean is, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna go to geometry here. I'm gonna append a cube. Not geometry, I mean right here. So I'm going to subtools here. I'm going to append a shape. Oh my gosh, it's saving right now. Hold on. I'm going to append a cube. I'm going to move this cube down. So what I'm going to do is this. So I move the cube down, okay? What I'm going to do is so that I'm going to make the little things that go along the side of her leg right here. So then that goes along here, the side of her leg, are these little, it's part of her, like part of her stockings or whatever, are these little like gems with like metal or something on them. They have like, it's a circle with like, it feels Egyptian kind of. Which reminds me too, which I should probably make the stockings here real quick, just because. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask that right there. We go to solo right here real quick, kind of like that. Let me just see how I feel about that compared to how my reference material is, which is the regular Witch Mercy. I would say maybe a little lower. Kind of like, it's a little high. Oops. Oh, wrong one. That's all right. There you go. So I'm gonna extract this. Same kind of deal, like I did with the top part right here, the top part of the dress. I'm gonna extract. I want to make it instead of, oh, I don't know why it's at that level right there. I want to have it 0.0025 here, but let's make it 0.03. 003. Click enter there and then extract. I'm gonna just accept it just to get something there to make sure I fill that in a bit. Actually, I regret it now just because of the fact that I would like this maybe a little steeper. And just for me to just pull this up right here, it's just going to mess with the consistency of like the geometry underneath here. So, you know what that means. Delete! No. Right there. Let me try that again. I want it a little steeper. No, it's still the same angle here. That might be a little too steep. Oh, that's better. Nah. What do you think? Think so? Also, normally I like to add a base to this here, which I guess I can use that cube currently right now. But the whole point of this cube was so that I can make those little gem things that go along the side. Because I'll make a little insert mesh for it, so I can just it's like making a mold. If you want to do it traditionally, you know, you can make a little small little press mold out of the clay, you know, heat it up, and then you can make little inserts, which then you can heat gun and then put on. This is like a easier way of doing it, which I'll show in a bit. I'm trying to think here. Let's see. So this is almost done. I don't want to say almost done. I'm saying like a lot of the form, because I still have to add the book and the strap across her waist here to this here to the satchel, which then I have a little. Wait, what the heck? It's not there. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm like, I put little things here. That's fine. That was pretty quick and easy. I just was wondering why it wasn't there. All right, so back to this here. I think I can always change it if I want to, if I don't like the way they're angled. So, but it's a lot better than it was before. Better, steeper angle. Now let's just check the geometry here real quick. Now what I'll probably do here later is that I'll probably delete this bottom half of the leg here. Of this leg here, not the stocking part, because it's a separate subtool. So that also what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn solo on so you can see it's hollow. However, I don't want that. I want to delete that here real quick. Hold on. That's fine right there. We'll go back to geometry. I want to delete. So I guess I should turn solo on so you can see what I'm doing here. You see it's hollow right now. The reason why you can see the green part here is because any surface that is not the inside surface can be seen through that. If I wanted to change that, I can turn on double visibility or double-sided visibility instead of single side. We'll go to my modify where I'll go ahead and delete hidden followed by close holes right there. Now it's closed. Now it's basically a solid. I could basically print this out since it's a watertight model right now. This part of the legs right here. I'll go back to this right here. Now since I reduced the amount of topology already by cutting the inside part out, also by making it a solid model, because oh my gosh, when I was making the Iroh avatar figure, I'm like I didn't have much awareness for it. And I had to like trim parts of it, which was a great learning experience because I learned how to, like fix a model that has too much artifacts, unwanted geometry, which interferes with printing. Which doesn't really interfere. I can still print it. It was just it had these unnecessary little gaps and fills. It was like weird. I had to go in the model, I had to slice it and like trim it. I felt like a surgeon. All right, let me go ahead and go to zero measure, as I said before. Now. I don't really care about having. Do I care? Okay, fine. I guess I do care. I want to keep the groups so I can switch between them still. Make that a little smoother. I want to go for half the geometry. So if I keep this on here, you can see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and zero mesh it again, make it half. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better geometry right there. Now, it looks a little funny, but if I divide it, see it gets smoother like that. So I'm going to keep it low. Also, I'm going to add those little blade things on the side. Not blades, little triangles she has on the side at the top of her stockings here. But I'm going to go ahead and... So let's take a quick little look right here at the character. So it's pretty good so far. She has those little forearm things. I don't know what they're called exactly, the proper term for it. The forearms are kind of bothering me. They're kind of not properly shaped. I'm going to go to lower subdivision here. So we got to smooth that out. ACB maybe? Now what I want to do, the cool thing about the subdivision is the fact that I can increase detail settings, or I could just keep it low so I could change the form better. Which is nice because traditionally, for you to do all that stuff, you would usually destroy the details you put on. That's why you have to make sure you get the form. Now I do love traditional. I love it. It's just that you have to be very precise with what you want, which requires, you know, planning. But what the cool thing about digital is the fact that you're able to kind of just do it. You're just able to kind of do it. It's just the only issue, the downside is, as I said before, how long it takes to print. But the cool thing is it'll be very durable plastic, easy to clean up, all that stuff. So it's perfectly fine. That's better. See, it's much smoother now. I could even just smooth that down a bit, right there. There it goes. It may not seem like it, but this is a piece of clothing right here. It looks like just like a weird set of geometry of the arm. But it will make sense when I start adding I think I won't add those little claw things on her arm right here until after I start posing the character here. The thing is, I want to keep the character kind of a standard pose like this, so later on I could tweak and move the character. It's easier to pose, and not just that, I could repose it again. I could save the original model, and I could pose it how many times I want, and I could have different models printed out. So that's kind of the nice thing, which kind of beats traditional sculpting. But as I said before, traditional sculpting is great. You could be super fast. You could have products, you could have sculptures nailed out with it. However, the issue is that it takes up space, and there's issues, and you can't share your pieces very easily. I feel very, what is it called? I don't feel very open with like my traditional sculpts. I feel a little more open with digital. Like in terms of being able to like share my work. I'm just checking this real quick. It's kind of seeing how it's turning out. Yeah, we need to make those wings soon. For the time being, I think I will just go ahead and make a temporary book thing. So I want to go to BIT here. I'm just going to add a general kind of cube here. X. Let's turn off symmetry. Oh, oops, it's that symmetry I have on. Transformation. Space symmetry. Let's make sure we have. Oh, I have local symmetry on. That's why. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So let's add this right here. I'm just gonna make kind of a. Oh my gosh! Come on. Just gonna make kind of a standard book right here. Just kind of something to kind of give it that shape right here on the side. So I have something to kind of like gauge the size of the object and how large I want the book to be on the figure. So it just kind of helps to just kind of get the form out real quick, so I could just balance everything, because it's never a good idea to really define something and then when you start adding stuff you feel like it doesn't balance. Like, you could make a character make sense, you could add all the stuff to it and everything like that, but when you start, like, maybe you're making a muscular character or making a feminine character, but once you start adding the clothing on top of that form, there might be certain things you don't like about it, because it might add an unnecessary amount of bulk to it, even though you make the clothing realistic. Like, you might maybe use a clay roller or something. However, it just makes a huge difference, because you want a certain form that is perceived or seen as the clothes are worn. So, like, because I've come across that issue both traditionally and with digital sculpting, where you can make the body just right and everything, but then the issue is that it just doesn't seem right when the clothing's added on. I might make this book a little larger here. Maybe. It might be like that. That looks pretty good so far. I might maybe make the book a little narrower. Maybe shrink it down a bit. Kind of like that. I think that little purse thing might need to be a little smaller. Let's do that real quick. Kind of like that, I guess, right here. Maybe not that small. Kind of like that. There it goes. Alright, let's make those little leg things. Those little, as I said before, those thingamajigs. So what I'm going to do is I'll go here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a sphere. I'm going to move this in. Right about there. I could always smush it if I want to. And what I'm going to do is, now this thing that she has on her leg, as I see before, it looks kind of like Egyptian in a way, kind of. I'm not saying it is, but it's like this weird swervy Y thing. So let me see. Let me just state how far I'm going to probably get with the broadcast. I will probably stop once the things I want to do is, before I end this broadcast, is probably make that little thing that goes along the side of her leg. Maybe quickly insert that in right there along the mesh. Refine the shoes a little bit. Add the heel, the buckle, maybe that little lightning bolt thing like the top of her head right here. Which the cool thing is I could take that, make a copy of this one right here, and insert it down here. So they're like exactly the same kind of thing. However, there's only lightning bolt on one side, which I can find a workaround on with that. So I'll probably be on here for maybe 45 more minutes. So as I was saying right here, yeah, what I'm going to do is this. It's similar to what I do with the eyes right here, where I outline it with a, what's that called? A clay tube brush. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a clay tube brush right here. I'm going to, oh, oops, I don't have geometry on, or I don't have symmetry on. Kind of like that. Oh my gosh, okay. Kind of like that. I think that might be good. So basically, see, this is the thing that goes along the side of our leg right here. I'm probably going to have a few of those. I won't have as many as, since this is a chibi model, chibis are basically like, you know, basically a stylized form of the character. So like alongside of her leg, she has like 8 or 9 of these things alongside of it. I might just have maybe 5 on the side of her leg. I might have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe, or maybe even 6. So less. Oh my gosh, I accidentally increased the size of the page. I hate when I do that by accident. Now I'm going to accept that right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of start smoothing this out a bit here, and I'm going to start pulling to kind of tweak the shape right here. Smooth that out right there. Like that. Looks nice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to increase the geometry right here. Actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, that looks funny right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a subtraction boolean. Or I guess I could always clip it, and I could dynamesh it. It's not a bad idea. Nah. No. We'll just smush this a little bit. Like that, that's good. I might just make this separate right here, so I'm going to split the hidden. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to geometry, I'm going to go to divide it a couple of times. I just want to smooth it out here real quick. Now I don't want this being affected at all because it's perfectly fine the way it is. I don't want to be too crazy. It's going to be pretty small in a way, so I'm just going to dynamesh this right away. Let's see what happens if I do this here. Let's not. Now see, like this is too low resolution. I gotta go a little higher. Let's go to 300. That's better. It's not gonna. That's not gonna be seen at all. So. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to transparent here, and the cool thing is I'll take this here and I'll just trim this. I'll just collapse it in. Oops. Just kind of smush this in a bit here. Now this is very dense geometry now back here, since I just kind of smushed it. Now though, I think I should keep a little bit extra along the back here, just so that, yeah, so that when I put it on here, I'll have a little bit of like margin for error. Actually, I'll do this. I will go ahead and go to the point I want. Actually, kind of like that right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mask part of it. Let me see if I got that right. There it goes. And then I'm going to switch it and I'm going to extract it out. Right about there. So, and the cool thing is the stuff I do here I can use for the regular Mercy. I can always just tweak the stuff. That's cool. The cool thing about digital is the fact that everything is recycled in a sense, which will speed up the process. That looks better. However, I am a little concerned about this point right here, so I'm gonna step back real quick with it. I won't go back to that point here. I don't like how the way this is so dull right here. When it comes to like sculpting these things in general, what you want to do is you want to make sure it's like the best you can, and so that you have it the best you can. So I want more of a point because the point won't be translated very well when it comes down to what was I gonna say? It won't translate very well when it's printed. So I want it like kind of excessively pointed. Not to worry about the back part, as I said before. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Did I get in here? It's always interesting, the game models and stuff like that. Just like how game models are, they're low resolution models with kind of painted textures. I think it's a little better. Geometry here, and then why can't I grab that? Oh, I didn't have ghost on, that's why. I'm like, okay, let's try that. Alright, time to Dynamesh. Let's delete lower. Dynamesh that. No, that's right. I had like 304. Oh, we'll do 300, whatever. That's fine. That's way too much geometry, but that's fine for right now. That's fine. And then I'll do what I said before, which I'll take this here and I'm gonna clip it a bit. And what I'll do is, as I said before, I'll mask a little part of it right here, which then I will then switch so that I can extract it. Like that. Which then I will then, that's like a decent amount. It looks like a decent amount of give, I guess. I don't know. I probably don't want to. I want to be safe than sorry. So I'll extract a little more. I can always pull those pieces in. Now what I'm gonna do is I see this here. There are different subgroups right here, subtools. So not different subtools, different poly groups right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dynamish this one more time. Oops. Right here, and then I'm gonna go to my zero mesher. I want to make sure this is smoothed out. If I can smooth out the poly groups right here, so I'm gonna keep groups, smooth the groups out. I'm gonna go to, let's go half. Check it out. Oops. Come on. A little too much geometry for this piece. It's zero meshing right now. So that's good. It's a lot less, but however, I will be having about 6 of these or something. So let's see. Before, after, see, much more organized. Now, I'm not too worried about this part right here. It's not going to be very noticeable when it's printed, especially since it's going to be really small. It'll probably be like the size of this when it's printed, if anything. Or even smaller. So, I'm not too worried about it. Like, you can't notice it too much. So, I'm going to zoom remesh that one more time. It should be faster this time. Don't want too much of an issue here along the edge. Yeah, it's almost done. You can see anything that's loaded on the top right. Nice. It's split in half again. It still looks really good. Let's see it. Wow, it's even better. Let's see how low it can go. How low can it go? I don't know. That wasn't very good. Oh wow! Look at that. It's at 23,000. It used to be at like 180,000, I think. Now look at it. Pretty decent. Let's do it again. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Nice. That's good. I'm not happy about that though. It won't be seen, but let's do that again. Oh, nice. Wait. Oh, yeah, look at that. I think that's better. Like, yeah, it won't be noticeable at all. Especially if you look at it like this size. It looks like it's high resolution, so. I'm debating between the two of them. That's fine. I'll keep it this one. Alright, so that's good. I think I can go ahead and make this into an insert mesh brush now. So what I'm going to do is, I think I was taught that what I want to do is have it facing upwards on the Z. So then I have to be facing down at it. And then I have to go to, if I want to make a brush, wait. Should be this right here, yeah, brush. Create, there it is. Create insert mesh. It's not an edge brush, would you like to append? Let's make it new. There it goes, boom. Just made an insert mesh brush. So meaning I just have my own little copy of it now. So, which means I will go ahead and I will hide this. And actually I will take this cube here. I want you this to do a base for the figure. Because it'd be nice. I can always make it into an Overwatch thing. I could tweak, I could make any kind of base I want for this. Just for the time being, I just want it to be like a standard little base right here. Maybe a little wide so I could have something to put the broom on for posing later, I guess. Right there. There it goes. Yeah, I might put 5 or 6 along the side of the leg here. So if I go to, now I have an insert brush selected now. Now with geometry on, I'm gonna hide the hand real quick actually, hand and the arms. Let's hide those real quick. Actually, I don't have to hide the arms. Little nub arm she has right there. That's fine. Okay. So watch. Boom. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Boom, 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 boom. Super fast. So that's kind of the nice thing about it, is that they're exactly the same. Now all I'm gonna do really is I'm gonna just play around with the size of it. And I can turn it sideways and everything too. Now see, what I was talking about earlier, the reason why I get that little extra bit right there, so I can kind of like sync the model into it. At the same time, I could always use the oh shoot, what was that? Actually, come to think about it, I haven't checked my phone for a while. I finished a Reinhardt sculpt, or not sculpt, but yeah, commission. And the person's coming tomorrow to pick it up. I painted it and everything. It looks really nice. I'm very happy with it. Like, the thing is that I do like to paint. I just don't paint enough as I do sculpt. But I like when I paint, I try to go for like impressing, something impressive, and I've impressed myself. I'm surprised. Like usually, especially when you're painting like human heads, faces. Oh, it looks pretty good. Like, looks pretty good for like a 3D printed piece. If it was like a handmade piece or something, a piece that was a little more better resolution, it would look a lot better. Still looks great though. Okay, so I'm just trying to see right here real quick to see, and also I oriented it the wrong way, so. I could take this here, or I can move it in a bit, and boom, see? And I'll probably move it over a bit right here, and I'll probably gotta lock that down right there, kind of like that. Move that over right there, boom. Kind of like that right there. And all I have to do is just kind of move that down. Say 1, 2. So right now it's not exactly perfect right now. Like I have to eventually, tweak it and, fit it in place. But I'm just right now trying to see how many I want. I think 5 might be a good number along the side of the leg right here. I kind of want them reasonably large so you can see the detail of it. Because if anything, watch. Okay, I'll give you an example. This is for me right now from my screen right here, and it fits within the box here that's about 6 inches tall. So this is assuming if I want it 6 inches tall. It's pretty small down there. It wouldn't be very noticeable. So I'm thinking I might want to enlarge it. But I do like the number of 5 though that I have here. it's a lot of small little things. So I'm trying to debate right now with what I'd like to have done for this. So I'm just gonna keep those there right now. I'm not gonna put too much detail or effort into enlarging these right now. I guess I could place them and then I can see. Look at this. Boom, boom. Look at that. Whoa! What? Looks pretty cool. Okay. I just like to insert brushes so much, especially when you have a low. Especially since it's low resolution, you can insert them really fast. That's why if you put a little bit of effort in something, it will save you a lot of effort later, a lot of stress later. Stress. I'll bring the hands back real quick right here. And the thing is, these things are only used for the legs here, so yeah. I'll just make the belt buckle for the shoe down here real quick, I guess. What I'll do is I'll just go here. I'm just gonna move this right here. Hold on. Oh crap, wrong button. Okay, all right. Let's see. My mic's working. Okay, good. Just double check. I have to check every so often. So I got that there. Heck, even if this piece is, if I had to print this large based on what I'm viewing right now, and not what you guys are viewing at, this model is probably about. Wow, that's almost like a foot tall. Let me see. Let me check that again. Right there to the shoulder. That's more than a foot tall, and this is and those things are still pretty small, pretty tiny. This is like 7 inches tall, 8 inches tall right here. I think I'll have it printed 8 inches tall. You can still see reasonably the details, but it's not the same. So yeah, I might just enlarge those. All right, so back to this hat thing right here real quick. Oops, I'm just gonna move this down right here. I just kind of want to add these little shoe buckle things real quick. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. This is just only temporary. It's just a placement kind of thing right here, just for me to get an idea. I'm just not liking this part of her little headband thing right here. So I'm gonna delete that right there real quick. Delete hidden. Like I said, I want to work on the hat, the shoes a little bit with the belt buckle detail, and maybe a little stripe. Add the heel to it, and fix the hat a bit. I think I said so. I think I'm almost done with what I said I was going to do. I'll do 20 more minutes. Let's go. We'll have to delete. Can I do it with something hidden? Oh, I can. Okay, that's cool. All right. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay, that's it. There it goes. I want to enlarge this brush a lot because when I do this, oh my gosh. Okay, that starts with a small brush. Try that again real quick. Now the thing is that I want to make it larger. That's actually looks a lot better. That size right there to fit that buckle piece right there. I think it'd be perfect. I'm gonna have to like fix this though right here. I hate that. It's always the geometry comes up short. What's the brush size I have right now? Brush size I have is brush straw size is 639. Okay, there it goes. It's just I just overlap it a little bit, just giving it extra because every time you enlarge the brush, and like it shortens. It gives me that little bit of. Ooh, okay, that's not good. Oops, I 600. Okay, I'm gonna try that again. 639. I gotta get used to gotta hover over that. Okay, whatever. So that's what I hate. Sometimes when you do this whole snap thing, it kind of messes with the. It's the angle I'm doing this. That's the problem. Hold on. Oh my gosh! It has a thing like it rejects itself from the model. Alright, I'm just gonna have to accept that. I'm gonna have to tweak it manually. Which is fine. Fine with me. I just need these to overlap. If you get into overlap, I win. Almost there. There it goes. I'm not too worried about this back part, but it is kind of annoying to have this excessive amount of geometry right here. But it will have to do for now. Just have to bring this up a bit more, right? About there. That's good. And then I'll dynamesh it or whatnot. I have to bring this up a bit more. What is going on here? What is with this intensity of 3 here? What more? Oh, I turned dynamic off? No, I turned it. That's decent. I might have to maybe lessen that curve though. Okay, there it goes. Boom. Well, I just added the heel to this, and I think I'll call it a wrap or something. B-I-T. I'm so used to B-I-W for a shortcut key. But no, not anymore. I'm just going to add just a basic kind of shape. I'm thinking a cube maybe for the heel, and then I can always pull out the back part of it for a rounded part of the heel. Let me see, what's the insert cube look like? Let's check the geometry of it real quick. Nah. I like the standard cube, but look, see the geometry right there? Very basic, very easy for me to tweak. So, oops. Just kind of like that, just kind of like some kind of heel. Like, see, this heel, it needs to be a bit. Kind of like that, see? Very kind of basic, but you can see the overall idea, sense of what it is. I need to straighten the heel out of her foot, actually, for shoe a bit. I'll move the buckle over too, and add the little light. I guess I didn't add the lightning bolt to it, but along the side of the hat here. What I'll do is this. I'll go to the hat here. I'll go ahead and do an insert. Let's do an insert sphere. Why not? Let's add that right there, and let's move this down and into the hat a bit. Kind of like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink these down a bit. Check my reference here real quick. I'll make the lightning bolt now. So I'm going to go to the, I'll try the move brush real quick. Let's see what I can get away with. The move brush is kind of, feels like there's a slow drag to it, so I'm going to go to the snake hook. Kind of like that. See, look at that. Boom! That was fast. I actually surprised myself. All right, there. But the thing is, I want more dramatic here, so I'm going to maybe pull this in right here, maybe smooth that out right there. Kind of bring this up maybe. Now, this is where the move brush would be very much handy, so I'm really liking that, actually. Sometimes you just got to do things quick and you surprise yourself. Like, sometimes if you think about it too much, it's going to like hold you back. Same thing goes for traditional sculpting. Like, if you have doubts and things like that, it's not going to end well for you. I'm going to use the flatten brush real quick, just because the move brush is not cutting it. I'm probably have to retopologize that, but that's the general idea right there. And I'll just take this here and move it down. Actually, that can work. Make a copy of these. Let's shrink it down. I'm gonna move it down to the shoe, because the shoe only has one in each. No, I might keep these over exaggeratedly large. Like, as I said before, like, I might make these large as well, but let me just go ahead and maybe just shrink them down for the time being. Just kind of like that. Kind of like that. Just as I said before, these are kind of like place markers. These are not the final pieces or whatever, so. But I'm really happy with how it's turning out so far. I might print it out to be like a foot tall or something, maybe. Or maybe I'll just sell it or something. Because I think people would, I don't know, I'll go back to maybe the regular Witch Mercy. And whatever the one I was making before. I was trying to make that traditionally, but I got carried away with other stuff, other little projects and stuff like that. I was looking for other clay alternatives and stuff, so I can like color and have colored sculpts and things like that. Make it kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna start with something, maybe something kind of small, just get used to the colored clay. I was thinking about making that Maybe something from Rick and Morty, something kind of colorful. I was thinking maybe I should make one of those little animal rejects or something from the Beth episode, ABC's of Beth, and from season 3. That might be interesting. I think people would like that a lot. I was making a digital sculpt of it, but I think that should be one of my first. Like I found this new kind of clay I was thinking about trying out. I'm not like so far it's kind of like a homemade clay. I've kind of failed with it so far, like in terms of it drying, it cracks too much. So I'm trying to find, and I must have messed up with the recipe. Must have did something wrong. Yeah. Let's just let's put a temporary expression on our face real quick. Like, hey. So basically I would probably do something like this. You got the teeth right there. Hey. Something like that. I could do that right there. It's very, very kind of simple. I got certain ways, make it look nice. That's just kind of like a rough idea of what I can do. I could do that, or I could do the smirk, which has like a kind of like a little lip line right underneath it. Maybe if I want to. Oops. I don't know, I could give lips to it, or I could go like that right there. Along those lines. Not, as I said before, I could have different heads for this character. I kind of want those a little larger. I really want the details of those to be seen. Let me do that real quick. And I want to show you guys some other stuff I was working on. I was working on some Legend of Korra stuff. Someone wants a statue made. So I was working on that for a bit too as well. So let's see, is that good right there? So let me go here now. I'll make sure I have local symmetry on. Is should I inflate? Is it inflate the right term I want to use? Is inflate the right thing I want to use in deformation? No, inflate is not what I want to use. Let's use size. That's actually better. The size of that is kind of better, but at the same time, if I try to space these out, they're going to be not that bad, but still kind of iffy. Better compared to, I want to do this. I'm going to So let's do a size test real quick. So before kind of like that size right there. I can always shrink them back later. But I think that our little designs here are designed for the dress. So the detailing will be coming soon. So maybe I'll show the core pieces later. Actually, they look nicely. You can always check out my Instagram at craysculptor on Instagram. You can see what the core figures look like. I have some images of them. But yeah, like how this is turning out so far. I'll place those in the right spots later. I'll put them against the leg. Oh, nice thing is I have my button in my stylus. The button is set to move automatically, so that's kind of nice. It's actually set to the E button? Yeah, it's set to the E button, which is interesting. At least I can switch to my Gizmo 3D quickly. Alright, but yeah, look at that. So it's getting there. I have to make the wings and things like that, but overall the form is looking pretty spot on. Alright guys, well, thanks. That's pretty good, an hour and 35 minutes or something for this broadcast. But yeah, thanks guys. Till next time. Oh my gosh, I stuck with this. I'm trying to find my output so I could close it. Alright, bye.